Ball is next. And we welcome you to North Texas in AA Frisco. Now take it over to Jonathan as he will bring us our first of a 6-game series between the visiting San Antonio Missions and the Frisco RoughRiders game here tonight. Take it away, John. Thank you, Bob. Welcome in, one and all, to everybody in this live broadcast of Texas League Baseball here in AA Frisco. First game of our 6 games between the two ball clubs, and so far it is going to be a pretty good night for a lot of fans here in North Texas as we get the night started in the first of the 6 games. Well, Jack Leiter will take the mound for the RoughRiders as he is 6'1", 205 pounds, and age 22. I'm joined also in the booth by my partner, Bob. Good evening.
Good evening, John. Thank you for having me, and just glad that we came here to Frisco, and we are ready to get things started here in this evening's contest against these two ball clubs.
That's right, Bob. It's a beautiful night in North Texas, and there are a lot of fans coming out to the ball game and having a good time and still piling in as they enter through the first and third base gates. And you're not too late to come out to the RoughRiders game, as we are now underway here at 7:15 on this Tuesday evening. Don't forget, tomorrow night our first pitch at 7:05. And we could be a little bit later if we run late, but that's all right. And that one's going to be high fly in the air to first base, and that is caught for the out. And that is out number 1. Well, the chance now, let's give the visiting San Antonio Missions the starting lineups. And Bob, losing Sunday to Northwest Arkansas. And are they going to pick up a road victory here tonight?
I gotta say, John, I hope they do, because they sure need the 50th of the season. As you look at San Antonio, they are 49-33. Frisco is 4th place, trailing everybody except in the San Antonio, as the Missions, they are first place in the Texas League, with Frisco being in 4th place. And Corpus Christi is only a game and a half from trailing the RoughRiders. And so far they are pretty much trying to catch up and win a lot more as we get ready for the second half.
That's true, Bob. Wander Javier coming in as he's the Missions shortstop. And the pitch. That one hits high and fly in the air. And the pitcher has it. And he covers off the mound to make the play. And gotta say, that was just a waste, as he pops that one up, and it could have been an infield fly roll right on top of him. Right fielder Tirso Ornales coming in for the Missions, as he fills in the spot for Joshua Mears, who was apparently out due to a leg injury. So far he's been out during the last couple of weeks to already a month and a half due to the significance of that leg injury. Well, that would do is that we head up to the left field area. No runs, no hits, no errors for San Antonio. As we head to the bottom of the first, the Frisco RoughRiders coming up to bat as we enter the bottom half of the first inning for the RoughRiders. Matt Waldron, a right-hander, will get the starting assignment for the Missions, as he's 6'3", 185 pounds, and age 26. as he gets the call here for the San Antonio Missions on the hill. Well, batting first, Luis Angel Acuna stepping in for Frisco as we get things going. Right there and in, taken for a code strike. It is 0-1. Did I do the ball clubs tonight, Bob?
Now, I don't know if you did, but you probably did or you probably didn't, but would have to go out and see.
Well, if I didn't do them, then I might as well just get up there and get it done. Boy, right there, Luis Angel Acuna hits one up to right field, and he gets a double on top of that. So Frisco RoughRiders, courtesy of that double, and everybody tonight gets that coupon of Whataburger double meat cheeseburgers. And pretty good right there. Here is JP Martinez as he takes one down on, or up high. It's a count now 1-0 out of the zone.
Boy, you gotta say, John, you're getting a little ahead of yourself in this one.
You know, Bob, you're not kidding. But anyway, we are getting up in here on this first 2 weeks that John Scampy and Chris Singleton will be away. Now, I did get a phone call from them, and so far they said, hey, we need you to come down to AA Frisco, and the likes of which, that's what we done, you and I, Bob.
Well, if it's good money, it is a good paycheck to come in and broadcast the 6 games before San Antonio goes home and takes on Corpus Christi.
Yeah, I know, Bob, and we're going to be there to broadcast those games as well. As we get ready to wrap up the month of July, and San Antonio will head, first time ever in 2 years, to Arkansas. And that's going to be hit to Jackson Merrill, and flip it right to Juan Fernandez as he covers for the out. But meanwhile, the runner at second will hit to third for Frisco. And that's going to be a sacrifice, but runner will swipe to third base. Well, the chance now, let's give the home team starting lineups. And Bob, these guys need a home victory for the crowd. Can they actually get it?
Well, I hope that they might get it, but Frisco sits in 4th place, and trailing is Corpus Christi. And they really need to get up here and get things going here tonight.
Trevor Halver coming in for the RoughRiders as he bats a 151 on an average of 300. He's had 8 home runs and 26 RBIs in total for this year for the Frisco RoughRiders. And that one is high fly in the air. Catcher Cantu will make the grab just in front of the visitor dugout. And boy, what a great catch that Cantu does. And now we're split even on the high fly pop-ups.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't want to do in AA baseball or any other level type baseball, is you could really come in and you could pop up, and that's something that you just cannot do. You're wasting outs just doing that, and really you don't need to be doing that.
Here's Blaine Krim as he hits one high fly in the air. Jackson Merrill, patrolling right field, will make the play, and that is caught for the final out here in this half inning. No runs on a hit, no errors. A man left for Frisco. As we head for the top of the second, it is no score through 1. The first baseman is Juan Fernandez as we start up the top of 2 for San Antonio. And the pitch. And that one's going to be line drive to left, and that gets through for a base hit. A beautiful hit right there for the Missions as they come in and they put one hit on the scoreboard. We're tied up at a even 2 hits through this start of the ball game, and the third baseman Lucas Dunn is coming in as he takes a cold strike in the count now 0-1. Runner at first, nobody out. Top of 2 for the Missions. As we get things going here tonight here in AA Frisco, and gotta say we are about 5 to 6 miles outside of downtown Dallas-Fort Worth. A lot of those that come out to the ball game are super excited to see the Missions. And do believe we get to see Frisco a little bit longer than anticipated.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, I mean, San Antonio may have 6 or 12 more games up in AA Frisco, but evidently if this is our last 6 of the year, then we're probably going to have to just accept that there may not be any more games except if Frisco gets in the Texas League playoff spot.
Yeah, well, how the heck are they going to get from 38 to 43 when you see that San Antonio holds the first place position? Amarillo is in second place with 43 and 39. Midland is split down at 42 even apiece in win and losses. And Frisco is 38 and 44. Corpus Christi trails a game and a half from the RoughRiders as they are 37 and 44.
Wow, that DH Grant Little takes one right there, and he gets a strikeout by Jack Leiter.
In now, the number 7 batter, second baseman Jackson Merrill, in for San Antonio. And pretty good right there. The 0-1. And that one is high and outside for a ball, and the count even up at 1-1. Arkansas is unstoppable at 54 and 28 of the year. Tulsa 46 and 37. Springfield at 41 and 42. Wichita and Northwest Arkansas tied at 34 apiece in the wins.
Well, that's something that you don't want to even see when coming out and getting up in the ball game.
So no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We now head for the bottom of 2, and it's still no score through the first 2.5. Kellen Strom, the designated hitter, will strike up as he hits one high fly in the air. Patrolling out there in right field is Tirso Ornelas as he makes the grab, and that's out number 1. The right fielder is Sandro Fabian as he comes in, ready to go. That one high and outside for a ball, in the count now 1-0. A lot of people coming out and enjoying the ball game, and so far glad you do. Me and my partner Bob are from San Antonio, so we gotta say let's cheer on our San Antonio Missions here in Frisco. And evidently we are in Frisco territory, so we have to support both sides. Frisco RoughRiders and Missions. And right there and in for a cold strike, and the count now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. That one high fly in the air, and that will hit the shield. And that will protect the people from getting hit by those fastballs.
Yeah, and I gotta say, it's one thing after another.
And that one's high pop-up right there. Jackson Merrill just shy of the mound, making the quick out for out number 2. Thomas Ajayce coming in as he averages at 300 to the opposition 400. 5 home runs and 10 RBIs worth of this year on Frisco. And the pitch. And did he go? Yes, he did. Appealed down right to third by Kyle Neuenhaus. And that's for a code strike. It's 0-1. Well, I got Ty Krause, home plate umpire. And gotta say, this first time we get to see him up here in Frisco, as he was a couple weeks or months ago, he was in Double-A San Antonio.
Yeah, I gotta say, John, he was one of the best home plate umpires there. He was friendly to everybody. He loved everybody. And now he still does to this point. He will always love all these ball players. And yeah, it's pretty good.
And even though Jeff Andrews is also here in Frisco, as he's getting the call up to come out and home plate umpire for this game. And we'll talk more about that when we come back from our break, as Albert Fabian will start up the top of the 3rd inning for San Antonio when we come back right after this.
We're back at 3, 2, 1.
Well, we welcome you back to Texas League Baseball, as we are the top of the 3rd inning. We are 2 innings already scoreless to the point, as Fabian will take a code strike in the count now. 0-1 to Jack Leiter. 12-inch curveball will even up the count at 1-1. Now, so far, if I did not do the ball clubs, I will do them. San Antonio at Frisco, Wichita and Amarillo, Midland at Corpus Christi, Tulsa and Northwest Arkansas, Arkansas at Springfield, and there are your ball clubs for the night. Now, if I said it once, I'll say it twice, but 2 times too many. But that will be all right. That one, line drive to second. He'll flip it to first, and he's got him easily for out number 1. So JC always for Frisco, always patrolling that first base area, and that is his protection right there. That one down and in for a code strike, and the count now 0-1. Home plate umpiring is Ty Krause. First base umpire is Jeff Andrews, who also follows us from San Antonio, Texas. And pretty good right there. That one is line drive up to left center, and that gets through for a base hit. San Antonio just getting the hits and still need the objective of getting some runs in to score in this half inning. Now we're going to go ahead and give you some scores. And so far, starting off with Amarillo and Wichita. Sod Poodles will lead the wind surge by a score of 7-4. And the top of the fourth inning is batting the Wichita wind surge. So Wichita will trail Amarillo by just 3 runs in the deficit there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. And that's going to be line drive. He'll step on the bag, and they relay it, and they get a double play on that one. So no runs on the hit, no errors, and a man left on as we go now to the bottom of the third, and it's 3.5 innings of scorelessness here in this ball game. The hot corner third baseman is Caber Rodriguez as we go in, and right there and inside for a code strike, and it's 0-1. Amarillo leads 7-4 against Wichita. They're top of the fourth at Water Ridge Field, downtown Amarillo. Midland leads Corpus Christi there at Bayfront Park as the bottom half of the 6th inning as the Corpus Christi Hooks up to bat against the Midland Rockhounds. The count now is 0-2. Springfield leads the Arkansas Travelers by the score of 5-3 there at shores of Blue River Stadium. Tulsa and Northwest Arkansas. The Naturals lead 2-1 against Tulsa in the top of the 5th there at Riverboat Field. High fly in the air. First baseman Fernandez will make the play, and he's got it for out number 1. The catcher is Matt Watley as he comes in. 1 away, nobody on in the bottom of 3 for Frisco. And a pitch. And that's going to be line drive up to left center for a base hit. Boy, and Frisco getting their second hit of the night. A combined 4 hits in the game. And doing pretty well. Go back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Luis Angel Acuna. Coming in for the RoughRiders as he doubled in the first and 1 for 1. So yeah, we're doing pretty good here tonight. And right there. And they will not get him from swiping first to second. As runner in first base will steal. And that's a steal that happened pretty good. 0-2. And right there, strike 3. As Acuna goes down on strikes, and he ain't happy about that. Speaking to Ty Krause. And Ty Krause talking with Jeff Andrews at first base, saying he appealed the call rightly. That call right there was up in the middle, and that one will get in there for a code strike. And that was strike 3 right there on Luis Angel Acuna. JP Martinez, he's 0 for 1. Gotta say, pretty good right there. Is that one taken well and inside for a code strike? It's 0-2. Pretty good night tonight for San Antonio and Frisco. And right there, strike 3. As JP Martinez goes down on strikes. And boy, that one really does injustice. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left stranded on second And we go to the top of the fourth with Wander Javier when we come back right after this from Dr. Pepper.
We're about to start the top of the fourth inning as we're about ready to go.
Thank you, Bob. Wander Javier comes in as he takes a ball outside. It's 1-0 the count. Still no scores through the first 3 innings here tonight for both sides. And gotta say, both teams here tonight are eager to see whether who scores or not, but we will find out soon enough.
Well, base hits need to come in. It's just not soon enough that they just let something go on like that.
Line drive up to right center, and that will get through for a no-out single. And what a way to get that one going, huh, Bob?
I gotta say, beautiful base hit, but they need to get him in scoring position at some point.
Yeah, I gotta say, you're not kidding.
Nah, I never kid around, John.
Here's the next batter, right fielder Tirso Ornelas, as he takes one high and outside for a ball. And the count now 1-0. Runner at first, that is the second batter tonight. And that's a swing and a miss, and boy, he would have had 2-0 on that one.
Yeah, I gotta say, if he didn't swing and miss on that one, he would have had it perfectly on that one.
And that one's going to be high fly in the air. Right fielder will make the diving try to catch it, but evidently goes empty-handed for the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that's going to be right there. Line drive, and that will go up there. And they'll try to get him out at first, but that will be a base hit and the fielder's choice on top of that. As, boy, that was awfully close by Thomas Sajasi. And Krim covering that first base area.
I thought it was the JC out there.
Well, there are some times that they do get out there, but evidently they could switch a position every now and then. But up in right field as Fernandez will be the man out. And that's going to bring in the fifth batter, Lucas Dunn. He's 0 for 1, a fly out in the second, as he's got first to second with 1 away for the San Antonio Missions. And that's going to be right there. And boy, that ball gets down. And the runner scores in from second base. And it's a 1-0 San Antonio lead. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Grant Little. Little coming in. And the pitch. That one high and outside for a 12-inch curveball. And it's the count now 1-0. 1-0 San Antonio here in the top of the fourth. If you're listening to us here on YouTube Live, that is also pretty good as well. That one high fly in the air as the center fielder gets shy close to the shortstop and second base area, as he had to lunge out and make the play for out number 2. Number 7 batter Jackson Merrill, strikeout in the second, 0 for 1 for San Antonio here tonight. The pitch. And that's going to be right there, line drive to left, and that'll get through another base hit. And a run in to score for the Missions. It's now 2-0 on that RBI single by the second baseman Jackson Merrill.
Boy, beautiful base hit by Merrill as he gets first and second. Already 2 across the score in this half inning.
That one high fly in the air, and that one is up to left, as that will do for this half inning is over. Well, 2 runs on 3 base hits, no errors, and at least 2 left stranded. We go bottom of the fourth. The San Antonio Missions are up by 2-0. Well, the bottom of the fourth for Frisco, Trevor Hauver coming in for the RoughRiders, as Frisco trails just 2 runs shy of San Antonio. And that's going to be right there as third baseman Lucas Dunn flips it to Fernandez, but evidently Fernandez does not hang on to it. He does get an E8 on the play on a throwing error, and the runner will reach safely there at first. Blaine Krim, the first baseman, comes in as he takes one high fly in the air. Shortstop Javier will make the play, and he's got it for out number 1.
Boy, that's one thing that you don't want to make with San Antonio getting that error. You know, that is something that you don't want to ever do when getting up in this one.
I totally agree, Bob. It's not easy to make errors, but errors come at a high cost when you don't throw your ball, or the ball gets by you, or you throw so high that the first baseman can't even get it. And that's one thing, that errors come at a cost.
Yeah, it really does.
Up there to left field, and that will be for out number 2. No, Sandro Fabian is 0 for 1, pop out in the second inning. As he comes in, here's the pitch by Waldron, and he hits one high in the air. The pitcher has it, and he's got it for out number 3. No runs on a hit, no errors, a man left. As we end 4, we're now on to the top of the 5th. Coming up, Michael Cantu coming up for San Antonio after we get back from our proud sponsor of Whataburger.
We're back in 3, 2, 1.
Well, welcome back, everybody, as Michael Cantu will get us started for San Antonio. As we get things started for the 5th, as he takes one inside for a code strike, and it's 0-1. That one is right there. Up to right field as he will deliver one. As that will go down as a no-out single. Center fielder Tim Lopes coming in. He's got a runner at first. Michael Cantu at the first base area. Lopes, he popped out and ground out 0 for 2 of the ninth for San Antonio. Here's the 1-0. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Up to right field as he'll make the play. And he's got it for the first out. The shortstop is Wander Javier, 1 for 2 single and a run. Coming in across the score for the Missions here in this ball game. Here's a pitch. That one inside. And that's the count now, 0-1. Boy, everybody going here tonight, and gotta say pretty good right there. And that's going to be a swing and a miss down in the dirt. Where Coach Strike gets the count now, 0-2. The pitch. That one right there. And they'll flip it to first without looking to second for a flip-off double play. And that is for out number 2. Right fielder Tirso Ornales is 1 for 2 single and a run. As he plays in right field, covering the injured teammate of Joshua Mears. That one high and outside for the ball, and the count now 1-0. Well, Rough Riders have the lefty and righty warming up, Cody Bradford and Tim Brennan. Warming up for Frisco here tonight in the first of 6. That one high fly in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. So the count now evens at 1-1. Beautiful night here in Frisco as sun is moments away from setting. And runner from second goes home, and he scores on an RBI single. And San Antonio now up 3-0 against the Rough Riders. Well, losing Sunday afternoon to Northwest Arkansas, that was something else, what we saw in San Antonio. I hear you right there, Bob. And right there is the bat is broken, but look out for the pieces of shrapnel, as that will do. So a run on a base hit, and no errors, and a man left. As we go to the bottom half of the 5th, it's 3-0 San Antonio. Second baseman Thomas Sajasi flew out in the second and is 0 for 1 here tonight. The pitch right there and in for a code strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. And that's going to be back up the middle in the center field, and that gets through for a base hit. So far, we will, after this half inning, take our break. And so far, pretty good right there. Here's the pitch to Caber Rodriguez as he fouls one off. And that's the count now, 0-1. The pitch. And that one high fly in the air. Right there to right, and Tirso Ornales will make the play for out number 1. Well, Matt Watley coming in. The pitch to him, and that's taken well and inside for a code strike, and at the count, 0-1. High fly in the air. Fernandez makes the play just shy of the first base area. And the coacher's box right there for out number 2. Luis Angel Acuna coming in as he hits one right there, and that's going to be line drive for extra bases as the run coming in from first in to score, as that's going to be a 1-run triple right there for Frisco. Oh, now the San Antonio Missions continue to lead trail of 2 runs against the RoughRiders. And so far, Frisco trailing just 2. San Antonio runs have all been earned as well. Frisco gets an unearned run. And pretty good on top of that as well. Right there is swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 0-2. We're back with the top of the 6th inning coming up here at Statesman's Park. So I want to make sure that you guys stay tuned as we have more baseball on this Tuesday night. Missions are back at it tomorrow against Frisco, and so far a lot of us are coming into place as we're doing pretty good. Line drive up to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. And that's going to bring in the tying run at third, as that's going to be a 1-run triple again for the RoughRiders. And Frisco getting 2 runs back against San Antonio. And so far their 2 runs have been earned. And right there, boy, he gets them. And a pickoff play at home plate as they'll team up and gun them down, and that does it. Well, we head for the top of the 6th as 2 runs come in across the score for Frisco. And we're about ready to take it off to the top of the 6th inning for San Antonio. We'll have a new pitcher coming in for Frisco when we come back. Right after this, it's San Antonio Missions 3, Frisco RoughRiders 2. We're back in 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome back, everybody, as Cody Bradford, a lefty, will get things started. In relief for Frisco, 6'4", 197 pounds and age 25 left-hander, will get the start for the RoughRiders in relief. Hot corner third baseman Lucas Dunn coming in. He's 1 for 2. As we get things started here in the top of the 6th inning for San Antonio. 3-2 our score. RoughRiders trail just a game. Or trail a run. They are a game and a half trailing against Corpus Christi. And so far pretty good, but they trail a boatload against San Antonio, and first and second against the Missions and Sod Poodles here in the Texas League South. So far, Arkansas and Tulsa are the leadoff two positions there in the North Division, as Springfield, Wichita, and Northwest Arkansas are pretty much trailing all in all of trying to get caught up to them. Well, I gotta say, at Richmond and their game there, and I gotta see where that is at, but evidently Richmond at Akron, boy, their ball game, top of the fourth, 13-0, as Richmond leads Akron while score 13-0. That one high flying in the air, and up there in left center is the out, and that's going to be for a quick out number 2. Well, Jackson Merrill coming in as in the top of the 6th inning here tonight, and that's going to be hit to second, and they'll flip it to first easily, and that will do. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base as we go now bottom of 6 for the RoughRiders, and it is 3-2 San Antonio. The first baseman, Blaine Krim, coming in. He's 0 for 2, 2 pop-outs to him here tonight. Our next break is after this half inning is done. And so far, it's going pretty good in this ball game. Boy, I gotta say, Richmond and Akron, they had a pretty good ball game there. 17-8. And that's the highest score that all of us had previously thought about. The San Antonio Missions beating the daylights out of Frisco at one time. During the year 2018, the Missions came to Frisco and they won 21-4 in a ball game in a 4-game set. During the time that there was no Amarillo and Wichita didn't even exist. 2 ball clubs in the Texas League. But evidently the Wichita Wind Surge did not even exist during that time. Amarillo didn't exist till a year after. During 2019, the San Diego Padres went up to Amarillo. San Antonio joined the AAA Pacific Coast League, and they were AAA baseball. And evidently 2019 through 2020, San Antonio was AAA in the Milwaukee Brewers organization. AAA baseball affiliation was Milwaukee. And that's going to be line drive, and that gets up to center field for a base hit. First and third as the tying run for Frisco coming up. Only 90 feet away from scoring in is that one. And Thomas Ajayci coming in as he takes the coach strike, and the count now 0-1. Ajayci is 1 for 2 of the night. And he fouls that one off, as that will bounce the protective screen right there. I would say protective net. And that's going to be a leadoff base hit. And they'll get him out at third, as easily the pickoff will get a second out. And meanwhile, the run in to score, and now San Antonio and the Frisco RoughRiders tied even at 3. So pretty good right there, as that will bring up Caber Rodriguez, the 8-hole cleanup hitter, as he'll take one right there and in for a code strike. It's 0-1. Pretty good as we go through the next 12 games. San Antonio will head back home to San Antonio to take on the Corpus Christi Hooks in a 6-game set before their 12 games on the road, taking on the Arkansas Travelers and Springfield Cardinals in the north. So pretty good right there. The 0-2. High fly in the air. Fabian in pursuit makes the play, and that ends the half inning. So a run on a couple of base hits, no errors, and 2 left. We now head for the 7th. It is a tie at 3-3 as we're back here for Texas League Baseball. Coming up as Albert Fabian leads things off for the San Antonio top half of 7 when we return. Back in 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome back everybody to Texas League Baseball as we get ready for the top of the 7th, as Albert Fabian will get ready to get things started here in this half inning. Before we get started, we're going to give some Texas League scores. Midland and Corpus Christi tied at 6 as they end the 8th inning in a tie. So pretty good right there at Bayfront Park. Amarillo continues their lead over the Wichita Wind Surge in the score of 10-7 as they end 6 complete innings there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. So bottom half of the 8th inning for Springfield as they lead the Arkansas Travelers by a score 7-3. There at shore of Blue River Stadium. Northwest Arkansas leads the Tulsa Drillers there at Riverboat Field at 4-2 against Tulsa. So pretty good right there as we bring you your scores and bring you our continual broadcast here in Frisco, Texas. Well, San Antonio and Frisco tied at 3, top of the 7th. And so far it's been a lot of 3 up, 3 down innings, but evidently San Antonio and Frisco are in a foot race here in the first of the 6-game series here in Frisco. The 9-batter, Michael Cantu, is 2 for 2, 2 singles and a run. And pretty good here tonight for San Antonio. That one a swing and a miss in the initial offering. And it's the count now, 0-1. Well, San Antonio returns to their home Tuesday, July 25th, taking on the Corpus Christi Hooks in a 6-game set before 12 getting on the road. Right there to second. Flip it right to first, and that's a easy pair outs. Pair of outs, which equals 2. And that'll bring up the center fielder, Tim Lopes. He's 0 for 3, a line out in the 5th inning. 3-8-1 for San Antonio, 3-8-0 for Frisco. As that one is high and outside for ball 1, 1-0 the count. A pretty good night so far for both sides, but evidently a tie in this one. Right to third as they'll flip it to first, and that will do for this half inning. And we give you now the traditional 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game as we bring you this one. It's 3-3. The catcher is Matt Watley as we continue our live coverage here tonight. And the pitch. And that one's going to be line drive up to left, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Going to first, going to second, and he's going to have the stand-up double as Watley, the number 9 guy, gets in scoring position. Pretty good right there as he gets in there and safely aboard as he gets in and does a pretty good job of doing it. Luis Angel Acuna, 2 for 3, triple, a double, and single here tonight. And he swings and misses at an 0-1 count, now going 0-2 here tonight. 0-2. And that one high fly in the air, and that one is going out of play and foul, so the count now 0-2. The pitch. And that one high fly in the air, and that one goes out of play and foul, because that's still in the count now 0-2. The pitch. And right there on a knuckleball, and that's for out number 1 as Ty Krause rings up the first batter. And that's going to bring in J.P. Martinez. High fly in the air. Lucas Dunn just in shy of half of third and home plate as he makes the play. Well, Trevor Halver is 0 for 3. He grounded out the 5th inning. Another 1-2-3 inning could come to no avail of anybody getting in this game and scoring in. Yeah, I gotta say, John, if they could get in here and get things going, that would be good too. Halver now down an 0-2 count as he's in through in this one. Swing and a miss, and he gets them. So no runs on a hit, no errors, a man left, stranded off a second. We now head for the top of the San Antonio 8th, and it's still tied at 3. Well, Wander Javier, the shortstop, is a 1 for 3, a single RBI. Pretty good so far as the sun goes down and play our last 2 innings here against the San Antonio Missions. Line drive up to left center, and that gets through for a base hit. So no out single continues this half inning, and that will be the tie-breaking run. And that's going to bring up Tirso Ornelas. Ornelas coming in, and he's set to go. Bradford down and in for a coach strike, in the count now 0-1. Runner at first, nobody out. Top of the 8th for San Antonio, and a 3-3 tie in this ball game here at Statesman's Park. And that's going to be right there. Line drive to right field, and that gets through for a base hit. And boy, the ball gets away, but third baseman gets it corralled in time. And that one is pretty good as well. That'll bring up the first baseman, Juan Fernandez, as he comes in. And the pitch. That one is chopped foul. The count now 0-1. Single in the second is 1 for 3. So pretty good right there. And the pitch. And that one's going to be high fly in the air. And boy, you better run home. And they will safely beat it, as the Missions, boy, awfully close. And we do have an injury. Wander Javier crumbled to the turf after that play, gripping for his calf. If it's only a pull, he might return in 2 weeks. If it's torn, he's likely to miss 2 months. So Javier will need to be removed from this ball game. And so far, that is a big out right there for that one. So Javier and shortstop will be gone. Joshua Mears is gone. And now got 2 San Antonio Missions out on injuries. So pretty much it is getting pretty worse, getting up in there. Right there to first, as the pitcher will cover for the out. And that's for out number 1. 4-3 your score. San Antonio scoring in after that RBI opportunity in the double. So gotta say, Javier will be out of this ball game, and he will head back to San Antonio. And for the next 2 weeks to the next 2 months, if torn, they will have to x-ray his leg. You know, I gotta say, they x-rayed Joshua Mears' leg, and boy, it was pretty rough around the edges. Boy, a 2-run single comes in to score on a Grant Little single. And boy, the Missions now take the lead 6-3 here in the top of the 8th. And that's going to bring in Zach Lytle, as he is an ERA 508, 39-13, .298 over a 220 average. And so far, pretty good right there. That one high fly in the air and up to left field, as that will be for out number 2. So yes, we need to go ahead and write some names down here, and we will put the list on. Now that'll bring up the 8-hole batter, Albert Fabian, as that takes in for a ball, and the count now is 1-0. That one well and inside, and the count now is 1-1. right there and in for a code ball, and the count now 2-1. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one right there, boy, that third baseman drops it, as that will go off his glove, and that will be a fielder's choice on a base hit. And the batter now is Michael Cantu. As he takes a ball in the count now 1-0. 2 out, 2-1. Top of the 8th, 6-3 Missions. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Second baseman will make the play. And he's got it to record the out. So no run. So a run on a couple of base hits. Or 2 runs, I shall say. But evidently things going according good. And it's 6-3. Evan Mendoza playing the shortstop position. And so far, I will say that Javier has been removed out of this ball game. He will return back to San Antonio, but tonight they will put him here in Frisco Metropolitan Hospital, and they will do some x-rays on his leg. This reminds me what happened with San Antonio and Midland during that Sunday game. Joshua Mears went up to first. He slid into second, and boy, that's where the incident happened. His leg was pretty much swollen to the brim.
And boy, I gotta say, pretty hard when you have that right there. Pretty much it was a bad thing that happened when you get out there and you try to go from first to second, and then you fall down and you hurt yourself. And that's just one thing that will really hurt you later in this one. Well, for Wander Javier, we do keep him in our prayers. If the doctor says he's out 2 weeks or 2 months, we'll find out at a later date, or we could find out tomorrow if he's going to be out 2 weeks or 2 months, but we'll see. So both guys are supposed to come back when we take on Springfield there at San Antonio. Yeah, I gotta say, John, if both guys don't come back, then they will be out till 2024 in the season.
Here's a 1-2. And that one's going to be high fly in the air. Fabian in pursuit does not get there, and now goes over the wall for a ground rule double. So ground rule double on one away, and that's going pretty good for Matt Waldron, as he's pitched an entire ball game for his bullpen. And it's going really good. And that's going to be line drive, and that's going to get through for another base hit. Well, in to score from third is the runner, as that will be a 6-4 ball game in this half inning. Going to go ahead and take a quick mound visit, and Waldron does pretty well in this start here. Lake Bacher will come in the ball game, and so far it is a pretty good deal. And Matt Waldron did a lot for his bullpen, and he might get the credited W. And that is much needed for San Antonio here this evening. Well, 6'3", 215 pounds, age 27 right-hander. That is Lake Bacher. Coming in for the San Antonio Missions here tonight, as he will greet Thomas Jacey, the second baseman. Right there in the end for a code strike. It's 0-1 as he gets started with his pitching performance. It's the Jacey 2 for 3, 2 singles, RBI. And a double the last time up, swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 0-2. 0-2. And that one is fouled in the way. The count still remains 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and he gets them. And that is going down on strikes, as that will be for out number 2. So Caber Rodriguez coming in. He's got a runner in first base. That one is outside. The count now 1-0. Fly out in the 6th to the 8-hole cleanup hitter. And that's taken in for a code strike, and that's the count now 1-1. And a lot of kids still enjoying their summer vacation, and gotta say, everybody goes back to school in August. And yeah, Bob, do you see that kid right there at the screen? That one right there. Yeah, I see him. One in the white shirt. He had his hands on his face saying, "Oh, hey, school." Well, hey, learn to get straight A's and do what's best for you. Well, right there, Fabian will record the out. But Sandro Fabian will pick up a run on a couple of base hits, no errors, and a man left on as we now go to the top of the 9th. San Antonio up 6-4 in this game. Well, center fielder Tim Lopes comes in as he's 0 for 4, ground out in the 4th inning. And that one is outside, and the count now 1-0. Zach Lytle coming in as he swings and misses. And that's the count even up at 1-1. High fly in the air. Right fielder near the warning track makes the grab. And that is for out number 1. That's going to bring in Evan Mendoza. Mendoza coming in. And that's taken well and inside for a code strike, and it's 0-1. Pitch here, and that's going to be back up the middle, up in center. And that's going to be a 1-out single for the shortstop, Evan Mendoza. So Mendoza doing pretty well as the third batter now, Tirso Ornelas, coming in. And that one taken inside for a code strike. It's 0-1. 3 for 4, 3 singles, RBI, and 2 runs by tonight for the right fielder, Tirso Ornelas. And that's going to be right there, a 4 for 4. And he's getting on base and looking pretty good for San Antonio. Juan Fernandez coming in as he's got first and second and a chance to put this one out of reach. And that's going to be line drive up to left center, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Here comes a runner from third, and boy, he comes in across the score, and the Missions claim their 7th. So the runner from second scores in, and that'll bring up the hot corner third baseman Lucas Dunn. Dunn comes in, And the pitch outside, far and wide, and the count now 1-0. Now Frisco will trail just shy of 3 against San Antonio. And so far the RoughRiders need at least 3 to catch up and tie up again to San Antonio. Seven-4 missions. And that's a swing and a miss. The count now is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Lucas Dunn. Right there, as that will head right to short. And the shortstop will make the play for out number 2. Designated hitter is Grant Little, 1 for 4. Single and 2 RBIs of the night for his team and crew here this evening. That one hit the third as he'll flip it to the first baseman, and that will do it. Well, Juan Fernandez will get a run in to score on an RBI single as we head for the bottom of the ninth. It is 7-4 San Antonio. Well, we go to the last of the ninth. Is stepping in the catcher Matt Watley, 2 for 3, double and a single. 3 outs remain, and San Antonio's time to get their 50th is in the balance of this ball game. The pitch right there, and that will go out of play and foul as the count now 0-2. 7-4 San Antonio, bottom of 9, nobody out. As that will go to Jackson Merrill. Flip the first to Juan Fernandez, a quick play, as that will be for out number 1. Now I'll bring up Luis Angel Acuna, last time up 2 for 4, triple-double RBI. And it is his last time for the night on this Tuesday. It is also taco night, so all the Rough Rider fans will get a crispy taco box from Taco Bell, or you could go to your local H-E-B and get you fixings to make tacos for the family tonight. And pretty good. Here's the 0-2. Another one fouled off, and still holding on to the count now, 0-2. And that one high fly in the air. Merrill makes the grab in right field as he gets in there. Well, J.P. Martinez is a 1 for 4, triple RBI, and he's down to their last out. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 0-1. 3 runs to tie up for the Frisco Rough Riders, trailing the San Antonio Missions just 3. And that's going to be line drive up in the middle, right there to center fielder Lopes as he'll make the play. And that's a easy 2-out single. And that's going to bring up Trevor Halver as he comes high fly in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. The 0-1. And that one down and in for the ball, and the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Halver as that swings and misses. And that's the count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. High fly in the air. Ornelas up there. Makes the play. And that is win number 50 for San Antonio. Now the Missions win by the final of 7-4 as Frisco will get their 45th loss of the season. And boy, this one was really a nail-biter. Well, for all of us, we will see you back tomorrow evening, 7:05, our first pitch against San Antonio. And pretty good right there. For me and Bob, we're saying good night. And have a good night here from Frisco, Texas. You're listening to Texas League Baseball, courtesy of 101.9 and /FM The Bull. And for all of us, our final score, San Antonio 7, RoughRiders 4. Good night, everybody.
Our final line score, first for the victorious Mission, 7 runs on 16 hits, 1 error. They left 9 men on base. For the RoughRiders, 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 22 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.